Yo, what's up everybody? It's McNaughty back with another video. This time we're going to be looking at the 2023 Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup Round 5. 16 laps at Spa, 24 hours layout. I am in the Silvia because I'm still repping Team Nissan and we're competing in this lobby for a top prize of 254 points. As you can see, there's a mix of A and A plus drivers. Unfortunately, during the last round, I lost my A plus rating, but I'm hoping to do well here and hopefully get that back. All right, so we're gonna hop into qualifiers here, and the pit exit here is not exactly the easiest or most graceful, so definitely want to be careful not to go over the white lines on the outside. So up and away we go. Now, I should take this time to mention that you see there, some people are on mediums, some people are on hards. You definitely want to be on mediums for qualifying, but the strategy for this race would be to run on hards only, because the pit stop here takes over a minute, and you're not going to make that back on medium tires. So we're going to get this first lap underway now, and you can see it's a short main straight, down on the brakes all the way to first. Let the car flow through that first corner, early on the acceleration in second, as we head towards Eau Rouge and Raidillon. Now, in medium tires, this is easily flat. It should be flat in hard tires, with hard tires also, except you got to be a little bit more deliberate with the steering as you go left, right, and then left again, and onto the Camel Street. Keeping it in fifth gear all the way to the braking point, which is right before the red and yellow curbs, into this flowing section of right-hander, left-hander, right-hander, and then down the hill into a heavy braking zone, down to second gear, first if you need the extra rotation, but back up to third for the exit in this car. Finding the brake marker, which is the black sign on the right hand side, making sure to hit the apex as we head down. I believe that last corner was the corner with no name. Let me know in the comments if I have that correct or wrong. But as we head into the last couple of turns in this sector, it's really important to not overshoot this one and keep the car tight to the inside both these corners and not compromise your exit. Now, a difficult right-hander here. Definitely want to keep it in third if you can. Accelerating as well as you can out of the corner. Almost hitting the pylon here on the right to make sure you don't run right, because if you run right there, then you're going to be pretty much sucked out, off track, get a half-second penalty, which you will then serve on the next lap. And that'll be the end of your qualifying, because you only get 2 chances around here. Now, I did a slight lift before the bus stop, and that is not necessary if you take the corner correct. So I definitely scrubbed off a little bit of time, and in the bus stop I actually scrub off more time. So as we come across the finish line, it's going to be a 2:28.5, which for the moment, because I'm the first one to pass the line, was good for pole. But then, as you can see there, GSR rider with the 6/10 advantage, and due to some mistakes on the second lap, I wasn't able to improve. So when it's all said and done, P6, which is not a terrible starting position considering what happened last race. What happened last race? Well, let me take a moment to show you right here. Yeah, not great. Running medium tires, falling down the order. It's really just a tragedy. Yo, big shout out to Livermush for the exclusive McNaughty Gaming livery. Psychedelic. Really awesome. He's active on our Discord. By the way, check the link in the description. You're going to want to join our Discord. Got some announcements to make in the coming weeks. So you don't want to miss out on that. Alright, so because we start P6, we get around the curve, and I think like it might be P10 or P11 that doesn't get to go through turn 1. So that kind of puts you at a disadvantage. Now, I triple checked between qualifying and the race, and I am on hard tires. So we're going to run all 16 laps on the hard tires as we make our way up Rouge and Radion for the first time. Firmly tucked into the slipstream of Neo Universe here. I don't know that I'm close enough to make a move, but I take evasive action because it looks like Z48 behind just got in there a little bit too quickly. But the scruff is on right now as GT Fox picks up a half-second penalty. Kind of gets nudged wide here, at least it appears so. So we're going to go ahead and take that position, close the door, and we're up in P5. So already halfway through lap 1 position taken, 4 to go to try and get this win. And you can see here as we finish lap 1, still hanging with the pack, being extra careful not to get a penalty going into the bus stop, because that would derail my efforts here pretty early on. Neo gets a slightly poor exit out of the final corner, so we're into the slipstream here, and we're going up Rouge and Radion again, and just when I was talking about not getting a penalty, here comes a half-second one. But I'm going to go ahead and use the slipstream to get the overtake done anyway, because my plan is to get as far ahead of Neo as possible before the penalty zone, so that way I can tuck right back into his slipstream and not lose too much time. So you're going to see that happen here. He overtakes, I go right back into the slipstream, and try to maintain that 2+ second gap to 6th place. So you're going to see it kind of dips down to 1.8, 1.7. But Neo actually goes a little bit deep into the first turn of that chicane. And I actually make a mistake too, coming out of that final part of the chicane. So I'm not able to take advantage of this. Now you're going to see here, as we go into the end of lap 4, I almost completely lose it, and I've just been hanging around him, staying more or less between 1 second and 2 seconds behind, but it seems like every time I get close, the mistake happens, just like that right there. The dirty air is not insignificant in Group 4 machinery around here. So, moving into lap 5, the end of lap 5, I go wide there again, get myself a half-second penalty, and because of the dirty tires, I cannot stop the car. Another half-second penalty to serve, and my goodness, it's going from bad to worse. If I want any shot at this P4, let alone a podium, I'm gonna have to get it together. And you're gonna see by the time I get to the penalty zone on lap 6, Acadian Hoons, the original P1 of this channel, is gonna get the overtake done. So he's in the Mustang, which isn't that great around here. So I'm hoping that I can get an overtake done as quickly as possible. And it goes wide into turn 1. So we're gonna have a little bit of a run here on the Mustang, which again, in Group 4, not a great car, but salute to him for having the pace that he has with it. We're gonna go up Rouge and Radion again in lap 7, and we have a run here. So is he gonna defend? He takes the inside. We go around the outside, and slingshot ourselves back in the 5th place. But the fight isn't over. He's in our slipstream, and I know he has some really good pace, but we actually both overcook it going into that turn. Get ourselves situated here, and I'm just trying to basically hold on until either he makes a mistake or, I don't know, something happens, but he hasn't made any mistakes this far. So we might actually just have ourselves a battle here for a couple laps. Now, as we go through the corner with no name, he is right on us and gives us a little bit of a tap. I don't know if he was trying to decide whether he wanted to go for the overtake or not, but it seems clear that he's trying to prevent GT Fox from catching up to us. And at the end of lap 7, we are literally side by side. And unfortunately for him, he goes a little bit wide into the bus stop chicane. And we get a decent exit out of the final turn. And by the end of that lap, we were able to separate ourselves by running our best lap, 2 minutes 30 seconds. And we have 3.4 seconds to try and catch up to Neo Universe. Fast forwarding all the way to lap 12, we managed to cut that deficit down finally to just under 2 seconds. So we're going to try and put as much pressure as possible onto Neo Universe here. The gap is decreasing. He must have pretty high tire wear, down to 1.5, as we go into this long downhill right-hander. And unfortunately for Neo, he's going to get a little dose of oversteer, go wide, and we're going to get this move done as he tries to rejoin the track. And he actually gets reset. At first I thought he had quit the race, and I would be like, oh man, that's you don't need to quit for losing one position, but he actually got reset to 7th place. So that's a worse for him, but we'll take that position, and now it's just a matter of defending for 4 laps, or just keeping the gap as distant as we can, 2.7 to the Rev. But you're going to see that no lead is safe here. We actually closed the gap to P3 by 6 seconds, but the Rev closes down the gap to us, to me rather, to just under 0.2 seconds. So going into the last lap, the penultimate time going through the bus stop, a little contact there by the Rev, and we're gonna have a battle here during this last lap here. Now I'm on the inside, so I'm gonna make sure that I send it deep enough to get the advantage coming out of that corner. Leave him just enough space on the outside, but I can tell that he has way less tire wear than I do, so he's gonna have the inside going up the hill. So I'm gonna wisely back out, tuck back into his slipstream, and make sure to use this slipstream to slingshot past him, just like we did with Acadian Hoons. But this is not going to be the end of our battle, not by a long shot. He tucks back into my slipstream, but I go defensive here, and I make sure not to overcook it. He tries it around the outside, and I close the door, because I'm not trying to be compromised going into this downhill section here. Again, I go defensive, park it on the apex, up to 3rd. But unfortunately for him, in that moment, he has a little bit of a slip up. But again, one would think that that's the end of our battle and that I would run away and take this P4 and the 222 points that come with it. But he has not given up. He's charging fast, and honestly, it's just a game of whether I can hold on or not at this point, because I don't think I have the pace this late into the race in these last stages to to just run away from him. GTC Brian, despite this battle, we're actually closing the gap on him. So he must have really high tire wear as well. Now going into the back straight here, he's going to have the slip. He's going to be able to close this gap down. So it just becomes a situation as to whether I can defend enough going into the last two turns. So go around the straight. I'm pretty sure he was full throttle there, which is an ominous sign for us. But we're going to go defensive, take up as much track as possible. Actually overcook it, go a little bit deep. He tries for the switchback, and unfortunately he bumps us off track there. But unfortunately for us, that's a P5. Some tough racing there. Better than the first race for sure, because we're on the right tire. But that's going to end the video. We'll take our 216 points, I believe, and walk away with that. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, do all the things. I'm McNaughty. I'm out of here.